Hi everybody, Avangelinx Tara, aka Kelly. How are y'all? So today's video is gonna be a little bit different. Let me go ahead and just get this little snippet out of the way. I am by all means not a super religious person, but today's video is gonna be on a book that I found at Ross, my kryptonite store that I can just go into and spend a ton of money that I don't need to spend. But I found this amazing book, 365 Devotions, Moments with God for Moms. So this book, I love it. It's got literally little things for each day, for every day of the year. It's a daily devotion. So I just wanted to read a particular one that I think also hits home in a humble way for us business owners and parents in general, not just moms, dads. Mainly, like if you're a work at home like me, I've been at home for over a year, that potential and opportunities and building your cash flow takes a lot of time, and sometimes we get caught up and we lose time with our children basically because we're trying to get ahead for them. Sometimes you gotta stop, humble yourself, and take that time. The whole reason why you became a work at home, or why you're trying to get ahead and you're working those opportunities and grinding, is to have that time that you'll never get back with them. And this verse, I think, has this quote in here on generous living for our children and teaching them a key component in living the good life. Not just living to make money, but living a good life, a quality life that brings you joy, brings you health, happiness, wealth. I think this all correlates to this one that I read. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. It's called Generous Living. Command them to do good, to be rich in the good deeds, and to be generous and willing to share. 1 Timothy 6:18 is where they got that from. Teaching your child how to live a generous life can be difficult. In our human nature, we tend to be selfish. A child is no different. It's no coincidence that one of the first words a child says is mine. Mine, mine, mine. My daughter says it a ton. Begin teaching your child generosity from an early age. One way to do this is to be generous. Being generous with your time, money, and talents is something you will need to make yourself do. It won't come naturally. Ask yourself a few questions. Be honest with yourself too when you're answering these. Okay. Do I think of others before myself? Do I put others' needs before mine? When I see someone struggling, do I reach out to help, or do I just say, I'll pray for you? Is it hard for me to be generous with my money? Some very sincere questions there to ask yourself. Start today thinking of others. Run through your list of friends and lift them up in a prayer to your Heavenly Father. Ask Him to open your eyes to those around you and their needs. Is there a need someone has that you could generously meet? It could be as simple as a smile. So, I think a lot of times in business and in our time constraints and pushing ourselves, that sometimes those beautiful, pure smiles from our children and wanting to just do something so simple. If you live in a large city, I wouldn't say this is a large city here in San Antonio, but it is a moderately medium-sized city. We have a lot of panhandlers, and so you don't know if those people are really they're real or if they're really homeless people. And my daughter asked when we were driving and we stopped why the guy had a sign. Why was he walking between the cars? And I said, well, some people need more help than other people. So she goes, oh, okay, so we can help them. And I was like, not necessarily. And I think I wasn't completely honest with myself or my daughter at that moment because it kind of caught me off guard. And I'm not one to usually give out anything to anybody walking along because I don't usually have anything extra because I'm trying to build and reinvest for my daughter. Or I will go get food and give them the food directly if their sign says just really needing food, because then I know they're not like those people that are going to go buy alcohol and drugs. So I think we could all be humble and honest with ourselves in our times and being generous. You know, that woman at the grocery store with a screaming baby trying to get the groceries and get them home. She might just need that helping hand or that smile. Just reach down and get something that she needs. She's probably trying to hold a baby at the same time. Help that person. You know, that act of kindness might be the only act of kindness they've seen all day or all week. Sometimes our work week is long. The grind is long. The grind is hard. Somebody might be at their breaking point, and that smile and that act of generosity, as basic as it sounds, might make that person's day, or they might even cry, because it's kindness, something we have just so easily given up on. A few months ago, my car broke down, and I was sitting in a Home Depot parking lot for 3 hours. Not one person stopped to ask me if I needed help. Not one. So I think we could all have a moment of generosity and teach that to our children. So that's my message for today. Generosity and humbleness is a great business ethic for your business, for your life, and for your children. Thanks. Bye, guys.